Today we are going to look at the topic multiplication of rational numbers. How do we multiply rational numbers? In the last video sessions we had how to do with addition and subtraction and how to solve the properties of addition and subtraction. And today we are going to deal how to work out with multiplication of rational numbers and what are the properties in multiplication of rational numbers. First, let us see how to multiply rational numbers. See, in addition and subtraction, I dealt with same denominators and different denominators. But what happens if multiplication has same denominator or different denominator? I have two rational numbers 4 by 5 and I am going to multiply with 7 by 10. And even if the denominators are same or different, I don't take LCM here. I'll only multiply the numerators first and the denominators next. See. 4 into minus 7 minus 28 by 5 into 10 is 50. So this will be my answer. I can also reduce it to the lowest form. I divide it by 2 or reduce it by 2. So I get minus 14 by 25. And I can't reduce it any further. So this will be my answer. So I will multiply the numerator and give my answer. I'll multiply the denominator and I write my denominator. And the next step is to reduce it to the lowest form. This is how I multiply two rational numbers. What happens if I'm going to multiply with same denominator? 1 by 2 into minus 7 by 2. So this is same denominators. Even in same denominators, I'll multiply the numerators first. Minus 7 into 1 minus 7. 2 2s are 4. So this will be my answer. So even if it is same denominators or different denominators, first I'll multiply the numerators, then I'll multiply my denominators. Now let us see with the properties of multiplication. So we are going to go with the properties of multiplication. As we already learnt in addition and subtraction, properties of multiplication includes closure property, commutative property, associative property, multiplicative identity and multiplicative inverse. So the same 5 properties we are going to deal in multiplication also. So let us go with the closure property first. So first closure property, as we already know, when we multiply two rational numbers, the answer should also be a rational number and that is called as closure property. So I'm going to multiply 2 by 7 and minus 3 by 6. So I'm going to take two rational numbers and I'm multiplying it, or let it be minus 2 by 7 for a change now. Now minus into minus plus 2 3s are 6, 7 6 are 42. I can also reduce it to further 3 by 21. Or I can also reduce it to 1 by 7. So I can reduce it to the lowest form till I get the least number that cannot be divided any further. And this is called closure property. When I multiply the two rational number, my answer is also a rational number. So closure property is applicable for multiplication. Next, I move on with the second property. As we all know, the second property is commutative property. And I think you could all recollect what is commutative property from addition. So commutative property always says even when I change the order and multiply, I should get the same answer. That is A into B should always be equal to B into A. We all know, right? 5 3s is also 15. 3 5s is also 15. So either way I change my order, my answer should be the same. So that is what we are going to check in rational numbers also. I'm going to take two rational numbers that A is equal to 4 by 5 and B is equal to 6 by 9. And I'm going to just check the vice versa. First I'm going to check with this. 4 6 are 24, 5 9s are 45. I'm going to just reverse and see. 6 into 9, 4 into 5. I'm going to get the same answer, 24 by 45. So commutative property is definitely true for multiplication, as A and B I cross change and exchange and I write my numbers or rational numbers and then I multiply, I'll get the same answer for both the sides. So commutative property is A into B into B into A. So this is equal for multiplication of rational numbers. Moving on with the next property. The next property is associative property. So as we all know, we all saw associative property for addition, that is exchange in grouping. So the same thing, A into B into C. When I'm going to multiply three different rational numbers, I group A and B and then multiply by C. My answer should be equal to grouping of B and C and multiplying with A. So this is what we are going to check. Let us check with the example for associative property. I take A is equal to minus 1 by 2, B is equal to 3 by 7 and C is equal to 1 by 5. Let us check whether associative property is true. So in place of A, minus 1 by 2, in place of B, 3 by 7, in place of C, 1 by 5. So the grouping first says A into B. So first I am multiplying A and B. Minus 3 by 14 into 1 by 5. So which is minus 3 by 70. So this is what I got when I found out my LHS. Now I am going to check with my RHS. 1 by 2, 3 by 7 into 1 by 5. First whatever is inside the grouping I am going to check it. 3 ones are 3, 7 fives are 35. Minus 3, 2 into 35 is 70. So minus 3 by 70 minus 3 by 70 gives me the exact answer. So this is associative property. That is, even when I change my grouping, I either group A and B or I either group B and C and I multiply with the rest of the number, I get the same answer as my result. So this is called associative property of multiplication. So the next property that we are moving on will be, so the next property that we are going to do with is a fourth property, multiplicative identity. So as I already told, additive identity, you all know what is additive identity, right? 0 is additive identity. Why? Because the only number when we add with the rational number gives the same rational number as the answer. Same way, suppose if I have a rational number 7 by 9. Now what should I multiply to give me the same answer minus 7 by 9? It is only one number that can I do with that. So it is 1. Only when I multiply 1 with any number, the same number will be my answer. And this 1 is called as multiplicative identity. So this is just an important 1 mark question, as already we know what is additive identity. 0 as additive identity is an important 1 mark question. Same way 1 is called the multiplicative identity, is an important 1 mark question. Only because 1 can only multiply itself with any number and give the same number as your answer. The last property that we are going to look at is multiplicative inverse. So additive inverse is already we saw. So we are going to just see with the multiplicative inverse now. Additive inverse we all know, right? We just change the sign. If it is going to be positive, we will give it as a negative number. If it is going to be negative, we are going to give it as a positive number. But what happens in multiplicative inverse is, suppose if I have a number minus 6 by 7. Now, what is a multiplicative inverse of this number is, I'll keep my numerator and the denominator exchanged. That is multiplicative inverse. So I just exchange my numerators and denominators. I keep my sign same. The sign minus will be the same. You can also either write this as minus 7 by 6, no problem. But my denominator and numerators should exchange. That is called as multiplicative inverse. And you can also call this as reciprocal of that particular number. So if I say find the reciprocal of 7 by 8, it is nothing but 8 by 7. Find the reciprocal of minus 3 by 4, it is nothing but minus 4 by 3. So I just changed my numerator and denominator, and that is called as reciprocal. So today we just saw with multiplication and properties of multiplication in rational numbers, and we'll check out with a new topic in our next video session. To keep in track with the addition and subtraction of the previous topics that were taken, kindly click onto the link that is given in the description box. Thank you.